Have you ever felt your heart race for no apparent reason? Or found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., tangled in thoughts you can't quite untangle? You're not alone. And more importantly, what you're feeling isn't weakness. It's a signal. Hi there. Welcome back to Behind Your Mind, where we explore the stories behind the struggles, gently, openly, and without judgment. I'm truly glad you're here today, because we're going to unpack something that touches so many lives, yet is often misunderstood: anxiety. Anxiety is one of the most common mental health experiences, yet it's wrapped in layers of myths and misconceptions. And those myths, they can keep people from understanding what's really going on inside their minds, and from getting the support they deserve. So today, let's take those myths apart, one by one. And in their place, let's build clarity, compassion, and understanding. Let's begin. Let's start with myth number 1. Anxiety is just worrying too much. On the surface, anxiety might look like worry, but it goes far beyond that. Anxiety can feel physical. It shows up as a pounding heart, tight chest, sweaty palms, a restless mind that won't slow down even when your body is exhausted. Take Daniel, for example, a high school teacher in his early 30s. He seemed calm to his colleagues, but every morning before class, he would feel a crushing weight on his chest. His thoughts raced. What if I mess up? What if I forget the lesson plan? What if they notice I'm not okay? No one saw the storm because it was happening inside. That's anxiety. It's not just worrying. It's your body and brain reacting as if danger is right in front of you, even when you're sitting quietly at your desk. Myth number 2. Anxiety means something is wrong with you. This one hurts the most. So many people carry shame because they believe anxiety is a flaw, something broken inside them. But anxiety isn't a flaw. It's a natural human response. It's your brain's way of protecting you, keeping you alert to potential threats. The problem is when that system becomes overactive, when it starts responding to everyday life like it's a battlefield. It's like having a smoke detector that goes off not just during a fire, but also when you're making toast. Anxiety is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your system is on high alert and that you might need support to reset that system, not judgment or silence. Myth number 3. People with anxiety just need to calm down. Relax. Just breathe. Don't overthink it. These are things people often hear when they're struggling with anxiety. And while they're usually said with good intentions, they can be deeply frustrating. Imagine telling someone having an asthma attack to just breathe, or telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. Anxiety isn't something you can switch off. And while breathing techniques or grounding exercises can help, they're tools, not cures. Managing anxiety takes time, understanding, and often professional help. Telling someone to calm down doesn't solve the problem. It can actually make them feel even more alone. Myth number 4. Anxiety is always triggered by trauma or stress. While anxiety can definitely be linked to past experiences or high-stress situations, not everyone with anxiety has a clear reason for it. And that's okay. Sometimes, anxiety just shows up. It can be influenced by genetics, brain chemistry, even diet and sleep patterns. You don't need to earn your anxiety by going through something terrible. For instance, Amira, a 26-year-old graphic designer, had a loving family, a steady job, and no major trauma in her past. But she still found herself overwhelmed by panic attacks in grocery stores, on the bus, even at home watching TV. That's the thing about anxiety. It doesn't always need a reason. And it doesn't make it any less real. Myth number 5. If you avoid what makes you anxious, you'll feel better. Avoidance feels good in the moment. It gives relief. But in the long run, it can actually feed your anxiety. Let's say you're afraid of public speaking. Avoiding it might reduce your anxiety short-term, but over time, your brain starts believing that public speaking is dangerous. The more you avoid it, the more terrifying it becomes. This is what therapists call the anxiety avoidance cycle. And the way out isn't avoidance. It's gentle, supported exposure. Slowly, safely, learning that you can handle more than your anxiety wants you to believe. It doesn't mean throwing yourself into terrifying situations. It means taking small steps with support to retrain your brain to feel safe again. Myth number 6. Anxiety only affects your mind. Anxiety lives in the body as much as the mind. It can cause headaches, stomach issues, insomnia, muscle tension, dizziness, even chest pain. This is why so many people with anxiety end up in emergency rooms, thinking they're having a heart attack. And when they're told it's just anxiety, they often feel dismissed, even though what they experienced was very real. Understanding the physical side of anxiety can help people feel less confused, less afraid. It's not all in your head. It's a full-body experience. Myth number 7. Anxiety will go away if you ignore it. It's tempting to push anxiety aside, to power through, to pretend it's not there. But ignoring anxiety doesn't make it disappear. In fact, it can make it louder. Imagine anxiety as a child tugging on your sleeve. The more you ignore it, the harder it pulls. But when you turn toward it with curiosity, compassion, and maybe a little courage, it starts to lose its grip. This doesn't mean you need to dive into every anxious thought, but it does mean learning to acknowledge what you're feeling without judgment. That's where healing begins. So, what does help with anxiety? First, validation. Knowing that what you're feeling is real and that you're not weak for feeling it. Second, connection. Talking to someone you trust, whether that's a friend, a family member, or a therapist. You don't have to do this alone. Third, practical tools. Things like breathing exercises, grounding techniques, regular movement, good sleep hygiene, and yes, sometimes medication. These aren't shortcuts. They're part of a long-term strategy to help your nervous system find balance again. And finally, patience. Healing from anxiety isn't linear. Some days will feel harder than others. But every step you take is part of your journey forward. If you've been living with anxiety, I want you to know this. You are not broken. You are not weak. And you are not alone. Your mind is doing its best to protect you. It just might need help finding a better way to do that. And that help exists. You deserve to feel safe in your own mind and body. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever believed one of these myths? Or maybe you've heard something that helped shift your perspective on anxiety. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. You never know who might read them and feel a little less alone. And please remember, this video is for educational purposes only. If you're struggling with anxiety, I encourage you to speak with a licensed mental health professional. You don't have to carry this alone. Help is out there, and it's okay to reach for it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, not just to me, but to yourself. Until next time, take care of your thoughts and stay kind to your mind. Before we wrap up, I want to invite you into the conversation. If you've ever believed one of these myths about anxiety, or if you've had an experience that helped you see anxiety in a new light, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Your story might be the one that helps someone else feel understood, or even helps them take the first step toward healing. So don't hold back. Share what you've learned, felt, or realized. This space is for you too. And if this video helped you see anxiety in a different way, consider sticking around. There's so much more we're going to explore together on Behind Your Mind, from emotional resilience to ADHD, relationships, self-worth, and the little thought patterns we often don't realize are shaping our lives. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next story we uncover together. Because understanding our minds is one of the most powerful steps we can take toward living more intentionally and with more compassion for ourselves and others. Lastly, while these conversations are important, they are not a replacement for professional help. If you're struggling with anxiety or mental health challenges, I strongly encourage you to reach out to a licensed therapist or mental health professional. You deserve support that's tailored to you, from someone trained to help you navigate it safely. And hey, if this episode helped you understand yourself or someone else just a little better, please consider subscribing, liking, or just sharing this with someone who might need it. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and remember I'm right here with you, behind your mind.